Hey y'all, welcome back to Colored Couch Conversations, a podcast where I have intimate conversations with women of color on my couch. Today, my guest and I will discuss comedy, confidence, and criticisms. I'm your host, Jasmine W., and my guest today is a stand-up comedian and actress from the Bay, living in LA. You can watch her hilarious dance video remakes on her Instagram page at Bria Janay. That's Janayy. Give it up for Bria Janay.
Hello.
Hey girl. Okay, so I'm so excited to have you on the podcast. I know Bria, okay? I haven't known her for that like super long time, but I do know her, and she's one of the only people in my life. You don't come across this very often, okay? So one of the only people in my life that I've come across to where when we together, we die laughing. Why do we crack each other up?
So hard. Like, I remember that time we went to a sushi restaurant and we was just dying the whole time. Like
Dying laughing. We wrote a movie while we had dinner.
we sure did.
Oh my gosh. So I'm so happy to have you on. And she's just real, like laid back. I just love it when you meet somebody who pretty, but they just chill, you know? Okay, well, we always start the podcast with a quote of the day, and you know it because you chose it. It's, my mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style, by Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou is so popular, but why did you choose this quote?
I chose that quote because it resonates a lot with me. For me, it's like about living your life on your own terms and succeeding at it. So I think about that quote a lot because, us as creatives, like that's our goal in life. So I think about that quote a lot, just for inspiration and getting through the day to day.
What do you think the difference is between surviving and thriving? What is it for you?
Well, for me, surviving is just like, doing what you got to do to get by. Like going to a job, paying your bills and all that. For me, thriving is like living out your dreams and being successful in the things that you decide to do and working towards goals and meeting them and exceeding them and then finding the next goal, so on and so forth.
I definitely agree. Like, it's crazy. It's actually, we are in such an amazing position because a lot of people don't find anything they're passionate about their whole lives.
Absolutely.
You have been doing over quarantine. I think you did them before quarantine a little bit, but
it was
really?
Yeah, I hadn't done any before quarantine.
Okay, so you do these performative, I call them performative comedy videos because are you a trained dancer?
I'm not. It's funny. I get that question a lot. Like people ask me, am I a dancer? I've always loved to dance.
Yeah.
Like I took dance classes like in middle school and like in high school and stuff like that, but I'm not a trained dancer. I just love to dance.
You just love to dance. Okay, so you've been doing the videos over quarantine and a few have gone viral. Like, how do you feel about where you are in your comedy journey right now since you've been gone viral a few times? And like, there are a couple of big people that follow you. Like, I was just scrolling through your Instagram last night. I was like, oh, she has some people comment on her videos that really love your stuff. And I understand, like, I love it, you know? I try not to share them every time because people gonna be like, what? But there are a couple people who have DM'd me like, I love her videos. Thank you for sharing. But Beyonce's my favorite. I'm sorry. But yeah, like, how do you feel about your journey right now?
It's weird because for me, like, I'm a stand-up comedian. That's what I love to do. I love being on stage. And, with COVID, it kind of like, it changed everything for everybody. And for a while, us comedians, we were kind of at a standstill because we couldn't get on stage anymore. For me, I've never, like, being an Instagram comedian was never one of my goals. Like, that's not what I wanted at all. So, with me doing these videos, the first one I did, like, I was just kind of messing around, like, just posting something. And then it became a thing, like, people wanted to see more of it. So I realized that, building my social media presence is not a bad thing in a sense to, like, where when we do start getting back on stage, people will be interested to see what I'm doing with my comedy outside of Instagram, which is the most important thing for me.
I feel you like every single thing that you said, because I was the person that said, I'm actually a real comedian. Like, I don't have to be on Instagram yelling and screaming because I'm a real comedian, you know?
Right.
But, you know, I'm very proud of you for saying, you know what, I like doing this and this is my own lane kind of thing, for creating your own lane during a time where, you know, no shade, but a lot of people aren't doing anything.
Yeah.
You know, however people see you, however people discover you, however you build an audience, it's changed just a little bit for the better. And, you know, that's how we are going to get people to recognize that we're talented and we're creative, you know?
Exactly. And I think the biggest lesson to take from, you know, COVID and this time that we're in is not to say like, oh, I would never do this.
Yeah.
Because you never know like where your journey is going to end up taking you. So you have to kind of be open-minded to everything.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. So, okay, well, that is good. I have some more questions, but y'all know if you listen to the podcast, we always do random questions because it's just an opportunity for us to get to know Bria a little bit more. What I really love to know, because you do videos on like some of your favorite dance scenes from movies, but what was like your favorite TV show or even like a favorite movie you had growing up that you just really, really loved, like you watched multiple times, you watched over and over?
My favorite TV show growing up was probably Kenan and Kel.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. So I had literally the biggest crush in the world on Kel Mitchell. Like when I was like 10, 11, 12, you couldn't tell me that me and this man were not getting married. Like I developed a serious like addiction to orange soda because of him. Like it was deep. Like I watched Kenan and Kel every single day. So it was funny for me because I mean, eventually I found out he was married, and I was like 13. I was heartbroken.
Dang, he been married that long?
Well, I know he was married back then. I think he got divorced and got remarried.
Okay.
But when I found out he was married, like my whole world just came crashing down. So, but eventually I got over it. But it was kind of funny because I actually did one of the scenes from Good Burger.
Yeah.
The asylum. And he posted it on his page.
Yep.
And I literally, like, the little girl in me just lost it. I was like, oh my God, Kel.
Okay, so I saw that Kel posted that, but I didn't know you had a huge crush on Kel.
I had the biggest crush in the world on him, like, when I was young.
Yeah, so did I, actually. I thought he was cute. Yes. And
I thought he was the finest thing I ever seen. Do you remember Kenan's sister on the show? I think her name was Kyra. The one who had a huge crush on him and was always like,
oh, yes.
I wanted to beat her down.
I'm done.
Every time she's like, hey, Kel, I'm like, wait, I see her on the street.
You know what? That is so, that actually makes sense to me because you are so goofy. Like, Kenan and Kel make sense.
Yeah, that was my show.
I used to have a thing for dudes with gaps.
Like NAT?
Yes.
Oh, that's like, interesting.
Yeah, like I thought every dude with a gap, I'd be like, oh, he got a gap. I just thought it was cute. So don't come for our genetic gaps, okay? Well, okay, my next question for you, Bria, and I was actually going over my mom with the questions with my mom, and she was like, what? But I was like, you're going to understand because you just know. What's wrong with you?
Was coming. I knew it was coming.
Like,
I honestly don't know. Like, I don't even know. I get that question a lot from a lot of people, and I don't know. Like, I can't sit here and explain to you the process of things that go through my mind, and I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm just goofy.
You just goofy.
I've always been that way, like, my whole life.
In high school, were you this goofy, or were you quiet, or, you know?
I mean, like, I wasn't like a class clown, like where I would go out of my way to disrupt the class because I wanted to get my learn on.
Right.
But like at lunchtime, like after school, like I was the one like cracking the jokes, and so pretty much.
Yeah, that's me too. Same. Like in class, I was paying attention, but
Yeah.
okay. Well, is there an app that you hate to use but you use it anyway?
Honestly, I would have to say Instagram.
Really? Why?
I hate social media. Like I hate everything about how like social media tries to I think that social media is a big cause of like a lot of depression in people, people comparing their lives to like somebody else's control content, and it's all like a big lie. That's all it is. And it's like it's so easy to get caught up in it and try to like keep up with the next person and all that. And I just hate everything that it became. Like I think when social media was first created, it was more like to keep up with other people, like your family and like your friends and stuff like that. But I think it's just kind of like spiraled out of control in the past like few years, and I honestly don't like it. But with what we do, we kind of have to use it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I wanted to ask you, like, your videos are 100% positive. Ain't nothing negative about your videos at all, right? Do you ever receive any like weird comments or DMs or like negativity just for whatever reason, for no reason? But do you?
Oh yeah, there's always a couple. I usually post my videos on Twitter first, and like some of them will go viral, like you said. And like you said, like 99.9% are people cracking up. Oh my God, I'm so dead. This is amazing. Thank you so much for this. But there's always one or two people that are like, nah, this ain't it. Or saying that, I tried to copy off of somebody, or I tried to be like somebody else. And it's like, well, people don't like, okay, so one of the things that really irritates me, because I feel like everybody kind of has their own thing. People often compare me to that girl Young Barbecue.
Yes.
Yeah, and I don't really understand. Like, I guess because of the dancing thing, but it's like what people don't realize is that I don't really think there's anybody on social media or on Instagram that does exactly what I do. I recreate dance scenes,
right,
from videos or movies.
Right.
That's it. I don't think anybody else does that.
Right.
So it kind of irritates me when people try to be like, oh, you're trying to be like Young Barbecue, or you're trying to da-da-da-da. Like, it's like, no, I'm just doing my own thing.
Yeah. You know what? Like, I feel like I have to keep it like 100% real. No shade to anybody. I actually really love Young Barbecue, but
me too.
I will admit nobody is doing exactly what you're doing. No, there are some people who recreate. Like there's one dude that the Shade Room posted, and he recreate like fight scenes from Real Housewives or something like that.
Oh yeah. I get compared to him as well. Like, people like, oh no, it's only funny when da-da-da does it. I don't know his name, but I know who you're talking about. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, he'll do like scenes from like Real Housewives and like the reality shows, but it's like that's not what I'm doing.
Exactly.
Totally different.
Exactly.
It's like if everyone only did one thing and like stuck to that, we wouldn't have all these different like that's like saying Fox can't do the news because CNN is doing it. Like that don't make sense.
It's true. It don't make sense. And the thing about it is, why can't you just laugh at both? Like, both are funny. Why can't you just enjoy both?
Now, I can understand if I took someone else's content and recreated what they did.
Yeah.
But even if it's just an idea, that's fine. Like, I'm not stealing anything from anybody.
Right.
I'm doing my own thing.
And one thing, like, we always say, or like used to say in tech, right, is like you can invent bread, but bread is reinvented over and over, right?
And if you go to the store, there's 5 million people selling bread.
Exactly.
You're gonna buy the cheapest one.
The cheapest one,
cheapest one, girl.
Listen, I mess with the $2.99 bread, but last night I went to Trader Joe's and I wanted some French toast and I bought some brioche. Okay, I think it was $3.99.
Yeah, the brioche is a little bit more expensive. I am willing to go up a little bit more. But if it's just some plain old wheat bread, I don't care who's selling it. I'm gonna buy the cheapest one.
Exactly. I'm the type of person, for real, like negative comments. Over the course of quarantine, I've gotten a little better, but negative comments do really bother me. I would not lie and say that they don't. I'll be wanting to go in. I go to your profile. I go see what your mama look like. Like, I want to go in on you. But I just have to just let it go. And 9 times out of 10, I let it go. But there's that 1%, like that 10% at a time. I'd be like, okay.
But you know what? I actually don't really respond much to negative comments, but my friends will. Like, yes. They will go off on people. And I'll just be like, you know what? Because people are miserable. Like, at the end of the day, a lot of times when people just have nothing negativity to say, there is something going on with them.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with you.
Exactly.
So that's kind of what I try to keep in mind when I see stuff like that. I'm like, you just miserable, because the time you took to repost my video on Twitter and say something negative, like, obviously you like something about it if you reposted it with a negative comment.
And that's the same way, like, I feel about YouTube. Like, I have people comment and say, oh, I like your take, but the voice in the background gotta go. Thank you for watching.
Right. And you took the time to comment. So
yes. For the algorithm. Thank you.
Exactly. You just got me another retweet. Okay, thanks. But you can't let it get to you, because people are always gonna have something to say no matter what you're doing. Yeah. So you might as well do what you want to do. Exactly.
Okay, well, my last question on the random questions is, you're pretty funny, you got a good personality, and a lot of times, even like I come across like young women, especially young Black women on social media who DM me or on TikTok who struggle with confidence, you know? So I guess I just wanted to ask you, have you ever struggled with being confident? And if so, how did you overcome? How did you mentally push through that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's something that I definitely struggled with a lot, especially growing up. It's funny that you asked that, because for a long time, I said to myself that I would never do stand-up comedy because of a lack of confidence. Mm-hmm. And I told myself, like, it's too scary. It's too hard. I can't do it. And I told myself that for a long time. And then, I don't know, it's just like something clicked in me that was like, okay, who cares? Like, if somebody has something to say about it, because it's something that I always thought about.
Yeah.
That I wanted to do, but I talked myself out of it. Mm. So I guess finally I just got tired of telling myself that I couldn't do it, because I knew I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And I don't think I would say I ever overcame the whole confidence issue, because of course I still get nervous, like, every time I go on stage. Like, that doesn't go away. But I know I will do a good job, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think, like, especially with confidence, you just have to believe in yourself more than anything. Because I think a lot of times people it might not even be a real opinion of somebody else's, but what you think that they might think of you will stop you from doing something, when all that matters is what you think about yourself.
That is huge, because I've said it before, you know, I used to care so much about what other people thought about me.
Yes.
It wasn't even like, oh, I don't think I'm good enough, or it's like, oh, I don't think other people would think I'm good enough. Or even when I do videos now, I'm like, will people think that this is funny? Which is actually the wrong way to go about your creativity.
Exactly. Everything that you do is not going to be for everybody.
Facts.
You're going to find your own way. You're going to find your audience. So, like we were saying before, with negative comments, those don't matter, because I have so many more people that really love what I do and really appreciate what I do.
Right.
That's what builds my confidence. Like, I know I have people looking forward to a video every week. I know that there are people that are going to come see me when I get on stage.
Yeah.
Knowing that I'm doing something and I'm doing a damn good job doing it.
And you enjoy it and you think it's funny.
Exactly. Exactly. That's all there is to it.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get into some trending topics. And I want to ask, girl, I want to know how long it take you to do these videos. So when we come back, I want to ask that. Welcome back to Colored Couch Conversations. I'm here with Bria Janay. Don't forget to follow her on Instagram. Y'all, if there's anybody I've ever had on my podcast that I tell you to follow, which is everybody, but this is the person that you need to follow, okay? This will uplift your whole spirit. So follow her on Instagram at J'adore Janay, Jadore Janayy. So, okay, I wanted to ask you, how long does it take you to do your videos from the time you pull out the broom until you get done?
Okay, I think it's finally time that I answer this question because I get this question a lot and I just don't answer it because I don't know if I want to just keep the mystery alive. So the actual so there's the preparation.
Yes.
I'll go out and buy the brooms. First of all, let me tell y'all how awkward it is to go in the Dollar Tree and buy 4 brooms at one time.
Hold on. Why are you not using the same brooms for every video?
Well, because I only have a couple. So, like, for the last video I did with Stomp the Yard, I needed more brooms. I went to the Dollar Tree to get more brooms.
Okay.
So, there's the preparation, which I just go to the store and get whatever. So, it probably takes like an hour. The actual filming of the videos could take anywhere from like 3 to 5 hours. And the editing, it takes me probably like 4 hours to edit.
Yeah. And people don't understand the work that goes into this 1 minute video.
Yeah, so people will often say, no, I want the whole thing, or where's the rest? And it's like, y'all don't understand how long this takes me. It takes a while.
Wow. And my number one question I used to comment all the time is, where do you get these outfits? Like that's probably what takes you a long time too, is putting the pieces together. But I was like, in the beginning of quarantine, when you first started, I do not believe that you was buying new outfits. I believe you owned all those outfits already.
Yeah. So the first like maybe 4 or 5 videos I did, it was just with stuff that I had already like around the house. And then as I started getting more requests and for some reason I had a lot of wigs too.
And I've never seen you wear a wig ever.
Well, I do wear my wigs on stage,
okay.
But that's really the only time I wear my wig. But yeah, I had a lot of wigs. I don't know why, I just did. So if I needed a wig for a video, I already had it. But then I would start getting requests for like other videos. So I might have to go, to the store to get something. So if I need something for a video that I don't have, clothing wise, I'll just go to the Goodwill or thrift store. I never spend more than like $15.
Cause I'm like, $40 a video too much. You gonna have to open up a Patreon and make us pay for these.
Yeah, no, I don't spend much at all.
Okay, well, I wanted to move into some trending topics. I went live on TikTok and I got banned because I was talking about how dirty and dry and dusty men are. You post a lot about how men get on your nerves, specifically on your Instagram stories. But I want to know, like, how thirsty are they in 2020? Because people don't know you're in a relationship, and you're not married. So how thirsty are people? Like, I don't...
Oh, they thirsty. It's not even just. I just noticed that dudes will do the most. Like they'll comment on your post with heart eyes, and then go comment on your friend post the heart eyes. It's like, do you know that I can see you? Like it's pretty bad. Like I've gotten crazy DMs from people talking about, can I cook for you, or can I take you out, or can I da-da-da-da? And I'm like, no, I don't know you. Like, or if I come to LA, can we hang out? And I'm like, no. But yeah, a lot of people don't know that I have a boyfriend just because,
Yeah.
like, I just try to keep my life.
Your page is for your comedy. That's the way I feel. Some people don't even be knowing I'm married.
Yeah, if I didn't know you personally, I don't think I would know that you were married. You don't talk about it a lot. Like, some things you can just keep, for yourself, which is fine. Yeah, I like this question because I saw a post. I think it was on the Shade Room or something where like girls were posting screenshots of dudes asking them for money, and I just
Hold on. The men were asking them for money?
Yes, like it was text threads, like multiple text threads of girls and guys. Then the guys were asking them for money, like, can you cash at me $5 until tomorrow because I can get to work, or can you Uber me to work because if I'm late, I'm gonna get fired, and can you send me $2, and can you Uber Eats me some food? And I was just like, oh my God, this is ghetto.
Babe, I would say, okay, can you tell me the exact date and time where I gave birth to you? Please. Because I don't understand what. And if you can't make it till tomorrow, $5?
If you need $5 to make it till tomorrow, you need to make some serious life changes, sir.
Facts.
That's not okay.
I need to find this thread.
Yeah, I think the Shade Room posted it today, I think. It was like 10 of them. Like 10 threads. 10 different threads. It was wild. I never seen anything like it.
I don't understand what is wrong with men in 2020. I really don't. Like, there are some good ones. There are.
For sure. For the most part, it's ghetto out here.
It's hood.
Stay strong to all my single women because
I don't have no encouraging words for y'all. I'm sorry. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't really know what sparked me to go in on men on the live. Somebody probably said something slick.
What did you say that got you banned?
Okay, so the one thing about TikTok is anybody can say that you're talking about controversial content. So what they do is they just report your live. And then you get taken down, and I've gotten banned anywhere from 10 minutes. I got banned for 10 minutes from that one to 7 days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so sometimes I'm talking about, like, if I'm talking about racism and, somebody who don't want me talking about racism jump into live or disagree with what I say, they can say that I'm talking about controversial content or spreading hate speech or something like that. And TikTok, you can contest it, but there's really nothing you can do. They just say, you just banned for the next 10 minutes or 3 days.
It must have been a man.
Oh, it had to be a man.
Some girls DM.
I think I was just saying, men, you're ashy, you need lotion, you're dry, your breath stink.
Girl. That ashy part. My boyfriend be ashy sometimes. I'm like, baby, put some lotion on her knees.
Not on the knees specifically.
They always be the knees. I'm like,
okay. Well, we were talking about confidence earlier, and this one, I really wanted your opinion on this. So, Steph Curry had to get online the other day and defend his wife, Aisha's new blonde hair against Instagram trolls. He said, do you, boo-boo? Did you see the story about when she posted her? Okay, so she posted her blonde wig. She said, this is a wig. I'm going to be wearing this for a day. When you go blonde for a day or something like that, it's a wig. I don't understand why people had a problem with this. I said what bothered me so much is when we look different than what people are used to, people feel or make it their personal mission to comment on other people's appearance. So why do you think people got so up in arms about her new look?
I already know why, because she looked like a white woman. That's it. Because before, I saw a lot of comments on Twitter, like people were reposting it and saying, who is this white woman with Steph? Like legit didn't know that it was Aisha. And I think that was the issue. They thought I guess they thought she had, because I guess she also had a filter. So her face looked different as well. It was like, did you have surgery? Like, why are you a white woman today? So I think that was the issue, honestly.
First of all, one thing about you, Bria, you a little shady. I don't know, your face said because she looked like a white woman.
No, that was not meant to be shady at all.
Okay.
I was just keeping it real.
Well, I will agree that she did look like a white woman. She did. I mean, she had a blonde wig on, and her eyes are not dark brown. She's not dark skinned. She had a little filter on. You know, like with a blonde wig, she's going to look
white. And I mean, she is half white.
Actually, both of her parents are black.
Well, we just gonna take that one out of the context. I did not know that. For real?
Both of her parents are black. Yes. Mm-hmm.
I know that. I never knew that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think also whatever Aisha does, people are going to talk about, because Aisha had a lot to say in the beginning about relationships or marriage, appearance. She went on Red Table Talk last year and talked about how she struggled as a basketball wife, which for the most part, I understood what she meant, though. She has a lot of competition, probably. She probably sees how women act over her husband, and she struggles. She's had kids, you know, and she's lost a lot of weight recently. So she doesn't look the way that she's been looking for the last few years, because she's been pregnant, y'all. I just didn't understand why people, okay, yeah, she looked like a white woman, but when you squint your eyes, you know that's her.
Right.
And I just didn't know why people had so much to say about her appearance. And it was back to we forgot about what happened with Chadwick, honestly.
Right. And I was just about to say, it just goes back to people finding something negative to say about anything, because that's what people do. Like, yeah. I don't think people can help it. Just like when Aisha, she had posted, I think, a photo like in a bathing suit or something like that, and people were going in on her. And I guess it was because she had previously made a comment saying that, oh, I don't understand why girls get half naked and post pictures and stuff. That should be for your husband, da 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 da. And then here she come with this little bikini on, and people like, well, I thought you said you wasn't supposed to do that. So it's like people always, and I think that had been like years ago that she said that. So it's like people are always gonna find something negative to say about anything, like even if it's not a big deal. Like, she didn't have surgery, she put on a wig, like you said, and was in the car taking pictures. It's not the end of the world.
With a filter, like all of y'all are bunnies and horses and gerbils all throughout the week, but when Aisha puts on a filter, we have a problem.
Not gerbils.
You know.
No, I feel you. So yeah.
This episode comes out on Election Day. Let's predict who is going to win the 2020 election for president. Who do you think it'll be?
Girl, doesn't matter.
Don't matter.
Doesn't matter. Black folks still gonna be struggling and out here getting profiled and shot by the police. So do it even matter?
You know what? If it you know what? If you voting for Joe Biden, your vote, it matters.
I mean, okay, so it's no secret that neither of these men give a damn about Black people.
Okay, yeah.
That's no secret. But like, okay, so like everyone is really upset with Ice Cube right now.
Yeah.
Because of, you know, his stance with everything, and failing to realize that he's actually trying to make a push for Black people. And I think people just have this preconceived notion, or I was having this conversation with a friend, people just have this notion that voting Democrat is like an automatic like win for Black folks.
Yeah.
When none of these people really care about us. So it's like, okay, there's the president, but then there's a lot of other voting that needs to go on as well, if anything is going to change. Yeah,
there are a lot of other people that come with voting for the president. That's why I say for this election, I'm going to be voting for Biden, right? In the next election, I can't promise y'all. You know what I mean? Like that. We just have to see what happens, you know. But for this election, I'd rather have Biden for Trump, not because of Biden or who he is, because he could barely open his eyes, honey. He about to die. But for everybody that comes along with him, and you know, Kamala Harris and everybody that comes along with him, that's why he gets my vote. Trump. The thing about Ice Cube though, Bria, like, I understand that Ice Cube is trying to do something for us. I appreciate it. I don't think he's a sellout or a coon or how everybody's saying, but you have to realize also that anybody who picks this up right now is just using you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So the fact that Trump reached out to you because he wants to have a conversation about it, it don't say nothing about who Trump is or anything like that. It's just using you to get votes from us before the election, period.
I hate to say it. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. But I feel like they're going to vote this fool back in.
You think so?
I do. There's enough idiots out there to do it. Like, that's like when in Dave Chappelle's special, when he talked about being at the polls for the 2016 election and seeing all these white folks, and he lives in Ohio. Yeah. Seeing all these white folks that he ain't never seen before come out to vote. And he said that's when he knew that Donald Trump was about to win the election. It's enough idiots out there to make it happen.
And some of them Black and Latino.
I used to work with this Mexican guy. He was like first or second generation Mexican American. You can't tell him nothing about Donald Trump.
What was his excuse?
I don't know. Like, I really don't know. Like, he was just so pro-Trump, and I don't know why. I just blocked him because there's nothing you can tell me. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, you know what? The only reason now people are gonna might say I'm stupid for this, but the only reason that I think that Biden is going to win is because the white dude who predicts the elections every single year for the past 40 years predicted Biden was going to win, and he never been wrong. So I trust him. He never been wrong.
Well, shit, let's pray that he stay on the street because, yeah, I really do hope that that Biden wins. I do. Yeah. Because Trump is an idiot. Like, he's so dumb.
I never really wish this on anybody, and it's the first time I've said it. I want Trump's nudes to leak. I do. I want to see him naked.
Who's requesting these?
Me. I want to see his naked ass go viral.
Like, what woman? His own wife don't want to see him naked. Like, you can tell that baby girl's being held hostage, and she don't want to be in a situation no more.
Oh, yeah, you can totally tell.
She is over it. She don't want to see him naked. Who's requesting his nude?
Me. I said me. I just want to see if it looks like the statue. So we are in the Keep It Real corner, and this is a real question from TikTok. This person says, I'm dating someone who is saving themselves for marriage. I like them a lot, but I can't imagine not having sex before deciding whether we spend our life together. Could you, or do you think it's a good idea to get married without having sex first?
Hell no. I'm gonna keep it all the way real with y'all. No. Like, okay, imagine dating somebody for years and you ain't getting none for the whole time, and then you finally marry this person, you in love with them, you think they're the best thing in the world, and then the dick is trash. Can I say that? Yeah. Oh, the dick is trash. Trash. Now what you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You know what? I'll never forget this. I take this advice with me everywhere in my life. Mm-hmm. Well, I've taken this advice my whole life. My favorite English teacher in 12th grade, I can't remember how we were talking or why we got on this conversation, but I just remember we were talking about, having sex before marriage. And I just remember her saying, would you buy a car without driving it first? Without test driving it first? And I was like, that makes so much sense. What if it was brand new? I mean, you still want to see if it worked. Like, they can say it's brand new, get in it and it break down. Now what? Cars get recalled all the time.
That's true.
Gonna drive that thing down the street, at least make sure it works.
That's true. And you know what? When you said defect, I automatically thought micro penis.
Let's have a moment of silence. Because
now, but hold on. We might be jumping to conclusions because this person says I'm dating someone who's saving themselves. But they didn't say if they're a man or a woman. So what if this is a guy who is talking about a girl who's saving herself from marriage? We don't know.
Had the person never had sex, or they just decided that, we need to ask more questions. I have more questions because there are people that go through these spiritual journeys for whatever reason, and they're like, I've just decided, I've been having sex, for years, but now I've decided I'm gonna chill out. It ain't been working. What's that movie when the girl said that she wouldn't have sex until she got married? With
Tyler Perry?
No. It do sound like a Tyler Perry.
It do.
No, the movie with Robin Thicke's ex-wife.
I don't know.
Anyway, the girl, she had been dating, or she had been having sex with a lot of dudes, and I guess it wasn't working out for her. So she made a promise to God that she wouldn't have sex again until she married somebody.
Yeah.
So I guess in a case like that, it's that's cool, but it's still, you gonna take that chance?
I'm glad that you kind of agree with me, actually, because this has come up because I've been watching Married at First Sight and doing my reaction videos every week. And there's some people, I said in the video, most recent video too, and that's what we were talking about on live, saving yourself from marriage, whatever. You can have great connection, chemistry, they can make you laugh. You could think that, everything is on point with them. But when it comes down to the nitty gritty, honey, it ain't gonna cut it. And let me tell you something, that is a real thing.
Yeah.
Well, listen, that was some great advice. We're coming down to the end of the episode, but girl, what do you have coming up? What are you working on next? And let people know where they can find you on every platform too.
Well, I'm hoping and praying that we can start getting back on stage soon.
Yeah.
And I know that, some of these clubs are starting to do outside shows and whatnot. So gonna see what's going on with that. I'm still gonna keep doing my videos. I've actually been inspired to do a series of videos for my broom. I have a lot of fans of the broom. So
yeah.
I'm just gonna leave it at that. It's just an idea that I'm working with right now. But my Instagram is Jadore Janay. It's JadoreJanayy, and my Twitter is the same.
Oh, your Twitter's the same. Okay, good. Y'all, that is the end of the episode. If y'all didn't crack up, that's okay, because we did. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe on the platform you're listening on right now. And if you loved Color to Couch Conversations, make sure to tell someone about the show. Do not be selfish. You can follow us on Instagram at Color to Couch Conversations, and you can watch the show on my YouTube. That's Comedian Jasmine W on YouTube, spelled Jazmyn. Thanks to my dad. And thanks to Bria for being on the show.